Today, I am going to show you some Altissimo tips, tricks, and gymnastics. If you just hold an Altissimo note without putting anything on it, it's going to sound really harsh and piercing, kind of like this. So the first thing you want to do to those Altissimo notes to soften them up a little bit and make them sound a whole lot more musical is add some vibrato. When you're adding vibrato to an Altissimo note, you're going to want that vibrato to be a little bit deeper than as if you were playing in the regular register of the saxophone. Now, here is a little tip. If you're struggling to get those Altissimo notes out, take your bottom lip and slide it forward or down the mouthpiece just a little bit. So if you're regularly here, just slide it down a little bit. That's going to let more reed vibrate and those notes will pop right out. The next thing that you can add to your Altissimo note is a growl. And this is what it sounds like. Now that almost sounds like a split tone. It's not quite a split tone, but it's very, very close. All I'm doing is growling on that high note. The Altissimo notes are so close to each other that when you growl on them, it gives you that split note sound and feel. So when you're growling up in those high notes, it might be a little bit harsh on your throat. From there, we're going to steal from David Sanborn and add in a really big long scoop. For this scoop, I'm going to start on an A and scoop all the way up to an Altissimo D. To do a scoop like that, you are going to start off playing the first note, which in this case is an Altissimo A, and then you are going to work your way into the second fingering, which is an Altissimo D, and I'm going to be gradually moving my tongue up and a little bit forward. That's going to give me that long scoop from the A to the D. Next up is what I call vent articulation. Now that's not a real term, I just made it up because I don't really see anyone do this. And that is the best description of what's going on. So I'm going to play an Altissimo A, and I'm going to lift my front two fingers just a little bit to give me an articulation in that note. So if you're holding a long note and you want to add some intensity, that is a really good way to do it. If I articulate with my tongue, it's going to sound really different. That doesn't give you the same type of sound. And those are several different flavors and spices you can use to add on to your Altissimo notes.